Joe Biden is holding a town hall that airs tonight at 8 p.m. on ABC. But then you know who also had to have a town hall of his own, and it's airing on a rival network. Now, it's on the other one. There's a C in that one, too. So what does this do? What does this really mean? I mean, is this about him showing that he can pull more people in? I mean, is it that important, or should we really be talking about the fact that because he dropped the ball, people are still dying from COVID? Which was more important? I'll start with you, Anna.
First, I'm disappointed that this is happening. I'm disappointed we are not having a presidential debate because Donald Trump refused to engage in a virtual debate. I'm disappointed that another network has given him the ability to take his toys and go home and then, have the ability to do this. It feels like a spoiled child who's being given his way. I'll also tell you, this is the same town hall that Joe Biden did a week ago here in Miami. And girl, let me tell you, it's at the Paris Art Museum. It's outdoors. It's windy. I don't think a fly is going to land on his head, but if I were him, given the humidity and the wind going on in Miami, I'd be wearing stucco on that thing on his head tonight.
You did say stucco, right? You said he should be wearing stucco? Okay, got you. And what about you, Joy? What do you think of this? Is it as crazy as it can be?
It's so insane out there. I mean, you watch TV and you see how insane everybody is. The ratings will probably go to the stable genius because people prefer to watch a train wreck rather than watch, let's say a course in civics. But that doesn't mean that the ratings will translate to votes. I think that NBC is all in for Trump, as they were with The Apprentice, and the fact that Mark Burnett has still not released many of the tapes from The Apprentice, where he probably said some horrific things. And I think that NBC, if they really want to do the show, just should put in a laugh track, because that is what watching Trump has become. It's become a comedy show, and unfortunately, people are dying. And I just want to make one small point about the fact that I am worried about this election now. It looks like Biden's going to pull it off, but people should not get complacent. First of all, the Republicans are cheating with unauthorized ballot boxes. Trump is telling his militias to, stalk people at the polling booths and intimidate the voting. There's a lot of enthusiasm among these white, non-college people who love him. And there are more Republican voters who are signing up in swing states. More scary than that, a lot of black women are pulling back from him. I don't know, maybe you can speak to that, Sonny. You know more about that than I do. But I worry about the possible 4 years of this, and it's the end of democracy. It's the end of this country, 4 more years of this. I believe that, especially when they own the Supreme Court, and if, God forbid, they take the Senate again, we're doomed. We're doomed. People better go out there and vote. That's all I have to say.
Don't flip out. Don't let yourself do that. But let me go to you, Sarah. What's your thinking of the two dueling guitars?
Well,
candidates.
I agree with Anna that the ideal scenario would have been a debate that was had fixed rules, so it wasn't the train wreck of the first one. But this is because President Trump refused to do that, even remotely, to keep everyone happy and healthy and apart. He refused to do that, so here we are. I actually think it is bad if NBC approached him with this time slot, because I do think that's as Anna said, ingratiating a petulant toddler. But we all know that Trump would have shopped this around regardless to have the ratings war he's always hoped for. And eventually someone would have taken the bait and done this. But the funny thing about that, or the irony, is this format does not suit Trump for 2 main reasons. The contrast of how good his opponent is, Joe Biden, during these types of situations where he's able to show humanity, compassion, empathy, and answer voters directly, he shines brighter. And in this situation, Trump has to answer questions from voters. He can't indulge himself in just interruptions and kind of look over here, look over here. He actually gets questions, and he always answers in non-answers and evades the question. So this hits him twice and not in a good way. So although I know he wants ratings, I don't think this serves him well.
Well, we'll see.
What about you, son? You think this is a kind of ratings beg, or is he trying to, is there another thing that we're missing?
No, I think it's all about ratings. I'm disappointed that NBC allowed him to manipulate the process. I think that Carl Bernstein tweeted out this really interesting, he tweeted out these interesting thoughts, basically pointing out that, you know, our networks back then, when he was ABC's bureau chief, didn't allow presidents to dictate how and when they were covered, and they resisted being manipulated. And we know very well that Trump has manipulated media to his advantage. And I think that very well led to his being elected, quite frankly, last election. But I will say this, I don't know that this makes any difference with voters, Whoopi, because we know that there are only between 3 and perhaps 6% undecided voters. So if people are watching, it doesn't translate into votes. If people are watching, they're watching, just like Joy said, just for a train wreck. And in that respect, they're going to watch the train wreck that's going to be on NBC rather than the civility, I think, and the presidential demeanor of a Joe Biden, which will be on ABC. That's going to be the difference. So if people want to really listen to Joe Biden's plans and they want to listen to somebody who is presidential, they'll tune into ABC. If they want to listen to, you know, see somebody dancing to YMCA, they're going to tune into NBC. That's just the bottom line.
Yeah, but he'll use the time to lie. That's all he's going to do.
Yeah, but I guess you could think about it this way. There are so many people who have already voted that they're going to watch the entertainment. Do you know what I mean? People have made up their mind. I think a great many people have made up their mind, and I don't think it's going to really move the needle a whole bunch. You know, and it's just sad because I think people really were hoping to get something, to have something to hold on to. But you know, you're not going to maybe get it. There's also one more. I think it's next week that is scheduled as well. So maybe that one will go. Now,